Chosen one, have you ever paused to consider why your life feels so different from those around you? Why certain doors seem to close for you, while others walk through opportunities without a second thought? Why have you experienced prophetic dreams, angelic visitations, and moments of spiritual clarity that most people could never comprehend? It's as though there's something greater at work behind the scenes, something divine and unseen. The truth, beloved, is that your life is not random or coincidental. Your story is written long before you could understand it, inscribed in the very prophecy of God. You may feel like you've wandered through seasons of confusion, perhaps even doubt, but today, I want to remind you of a profound truth: your name is not hidden in the shadows of history. It is written in God's book of destiny, a book that carries the divine plan for your life, one that spans across generations, transcending time and space. This message is not for everyone. If you have never felt the stirrings of God's presence, if you've never experienced that deep inner calling, then this message might not resonate with you. But if, deep inside, you know, whether through dreams, encounters, or a still small voice, that God has set you apart, then this is for you. Lean in, for this revelation has found you at the perfect moment. Heaven wants you to know that you are not random. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. There is a greater story being written in your life, a story that has been planned since before the foundations of the world. The journey you are on is no accident. Imagine that there is a divine scroll, a heavenly book where every life is written, where each chapter unfolds according to God's perfect timing. And here you are, chosen one, not just as a mere participant but as a central figure in this divine narrative. Scripture speaks of this mystery again and again, yet so many overlook it. You see, everything operates according to a script in heaven. Your life, every challenge, every blessing, every turn, is part of that script. In Psalms, David proclaims, "All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Before you took your first breath, before you faced your first trial, your steps were already ordained. Your path is not one of chance or coincidence, it is a prophetic journey laid out before you were even born. And perhaps this is why, from an early age, you felt a weight in your spirit, a sense that your life was never meant to be ordinary. From childhood, you've had glimpses of something greater, something beyond what others see. You may have walked through seasons of confusion, where even your dreams seemed too heavy to bear, too prophetic to ignore. Perhaps you've had moments where God felt distant, but then you were reminded, through encounters, through whispers, that your life is not ordinary, and you are not nameless in the eyes of God. Your name has been written in heaven's book long before you understood your calling. Your life is not casual, and it never has been. It is a divine prophecy unfolding before your very eyes. I greet you today, chosen one, with the assurance that you are not forgotten in the crowd. God sees you. He knows you. Your name, your journey, and your destiny have been inscribed in the records of heaven. No storm, no trial, no delay can erase what God has already written. As you listen, hold this truth in your heart: you are walking prophecy. Your life carries the weight of heaven's promises, and it is time to rise and walk boldly in the calling that has always been yours. You are not alone, heaven is with you, guiding you every step of the way. Now, as we move forward, allow this message to sink deep into your spirit, for the time has come to understand who you truly are, a chosen one, whose name is written in the prophecy of God. You may wonder, chosen one, what this divine book really means and how it applies to your life. The idea of a book in heaven that carries your name may seem mystical or abstract, but it is a truth deeply rooted in the scriptures. God's prophetic timeline, where each of our lives is written long before we breathe our first breath, is not just an illustration, but a living reality. It is not simply a poetic metaphor, it is the foundation of our existence, and when you understand this truth, it transforms everything you thought you knew about your life and purpose. Your name, as mysterious as it may sound, is inscribed in heaven's book, and it carries with it a weight, a calling, and a promise that no force on earth or in hell can erase. Before you were ever born, before the struggles you faced began, before the victories and defeats played out in your life, God had already written your story. Each step, each turn, was mapped out in the grand narrative of heaven. As it is written in the Psalms, David declared, "All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." This verse holds the profound truth that our days are not random, they are not filled with meaningless events that we are simply trying to navigate. They were planned, before the world was even formed. Every trial you have encountered, every triumph you have celebrated, and every challenge you faced were known to God long before you were even aware of them. This is the deep mystery of God's prophetic book, a book where not only your name is recorded, but the entire plan for your life, the struggles, the blessings, the lessons, and the purpose, are written out in the divine script. Heaven has already mapped your journey. It is not a journey that can be easily swayed by circumstances, nor one that can be derailed by failure or mistakes. It is a divine plan unfolding before you. And so, this knowledge should change the way you view your life. You are not walking through life aimlessly. You are not just existing in a world of chaos. You are walking through a divine prophecy that has been set in motion long before you even realized it. You are not a mere accident of time or a forgotten soul in a vast universe. You are inscribed in the timeline of God's will. That is why, chosen one, no matter how much you may feel lost, no matter how much you may feel overwhelmed, heaven has already placed you in this specific place at this specific time for a divine purpose. Your journey is not random, and it is not to be compared with anyone else's journey. Your name is written into the eternal records of heaven, and that record is unfolding day by day. Many people live their lives without ever realizing that they are part of something greater. They live as though the world is an accident and their lives are meaningless. But chosen one, you are not like that. You were born to walk a path that is greater than what you can see right now. Your life has been written into the scrolls of heaven, and it will not fade, it will not be erased, and it will not be undone. Everything you experience, everything you face, is part of the divine script that is unfolding right now. Even the most difficult parts of your story, the seasons of struggle, the battles you faced, and the times when you felt completely alone, were all written into this book. Heaven knew the weight you would carry, and heaven knew that you were equipped to carry it. And here you are today, chosen one, walking through that script, fulfilling your destiny with every step you take, whether you fully realize it or not. But there's more to this mystery. This divine book, the one that carries your name and your destiny, is not just a distant, abstract idea. It is a personal, intimate record that holds the very details of your life. Heaven knows you so intimately that it has written out not just the grand picture of your destiny, but every detail. You may not know the full story, but heaven does. You may not understand why certain things happen to you, but heaven knows exactly how it all fits into the greater plan. Every experience, every hardship, every blessing, and every moment of joy is recorded in this book. When you feel disconnected, when you feel like your life is just a series of random events, remember that heaven is never disconnected from you. It has known your path since the beginning of time. The reality of God's prophetic book is also one of great peace. When we understand that our lives are written in heaven, we begin to see our circumstances in a new light. Trials and setbacks are not interruptions to the divine plan, they are part of the unfolding story. Heaven is not caught off guard by what you face. The challenges you encounter are not mistakes or failures in God's eyes. They are precisely what you need to refine your character, to bring you closer to your true calling, and to make you ready for the next chapter in your journey. Just as a great author weaves together themes and twists in a novel, so too does God weave together the trials and triumphs in your life to create something beautiful. The book of your life is not like any other book. It is not written in ink that can fade. It is inscribed with eternal ink, a permanent mark that cannot be erased. Even if you stray from the path, even if you feel like you've made mistakes or missed opportunities, heaven never loses sight of you. Your name remains in the book. Your purpose remains in the divine plan. The enemy may try to distract, discourage, or derail you, but he cannot erase what has already been written in God's records. The divine script is unshakable. It will not change, no matter what forces attempt to stand in your way. Your name is secured in heaven, and no power on earth or in hell can remove it. And so, chosen one, take heart. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. Heaven has inscribed your name in its book of prophecy, and your life is unfolding as part of a much greater story. This understanding should bring comfort to your soul, because no matter how uncertain your path may feel, no matter how many obstacles you face, you are walking in alignment with the divine script that God has already written. Your life is not a series of random events, it is the unfolding of God's perfect plan. Trust in this truth. Believe in this divine reality. Let it change the way you see your past, your present, and your future. As you walk through life, remember that every moment, every challenge, and every victory is part of the divine narrative. Your name is written in the book of heaven, and the pages of your life are turning with divine purpose. Every step you take is guided by the hand of God, every breath you take is part of the prophecy that has been written over you. And as you continue this journey, know that you are never alone. Heaven is with you, watching over you, and guiding you every step of the way. The mystery of God's prophetic book is not just a concept. It is the reality of your life. Your name is written, and nothing can erase it. Your journey is unfolding as it should, and it will be fulfilled in God's perfect timing. Chosen one, there's a profound truth that lies hidden in the very name you carry. Your name is not just a title, a label, or a random collection of letters. It is a divine mark, a prophetic inscription that ties you to a greater story, a story that spans beyond your own life. Your name carries weight in heaven's records. It carries identity, purpose, and destiny. The Bible is filled with stories of individuals whose names were not just names, they were declarations, confirmations, and prophecies. Every time God called someone by name, He was announcing their purpose, their mission, and their place in the divine plan. When God told Moses, "I have called you by name," it wasn't just a greeting. It was a divine reminder that Moses was chosen for a specific purpose, a task ordained before he was even born. Similarly, when God changed Abram's name to Abraham, He wasn't just giving him a new title. He was marking him as the father of many nations, confirming His covenant with God's people. Your name, too, is more than a collection of sounds, it is a prophetic declaration of your destiny. And this truth goes deeper than we often realize. Names in the Bible are not arbitrary. They are intricately tied to the person's calling, their struggles, and their ultimate purpose. Consider Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel after a life-altering encounter with an angel. His new name wasn't just a fresh start, it was the declaration of a new identity and a new role in the divine story. Jacob had wrestled with his own identity for years, struggling with deceit, fear, and doubt. But when he encountered the angel and refused to let go until he was blessed, his name was changed, and with it, his destiny. He went from being the deceiver to becoming the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. His name shift marked a profound transformation, one that aligned his life with the greater prophetic plan God had for him. Similarly, Saul's transformation to Paul was not just a name change, it was a spiritual shift that signified the fulfillment of his purpose to spread the gospel to the nations. These biblical examples show us that our names are not just identities but prophetic declarations that reveal who we are in the eyes of heaven. You, chosen one, are no different. Your name is not just a label given to you by your parents, it is a divinely inscribed identity that carries the weight of your calling. The truth is that when God inscribes your name in His book of destiny, it is a sign of ownership. God has called you by name, and with that calling comes both responsibility and power. Your name marks you as one who belongs to God, one who has been set apart for His divine purposes. This is why, throughout Scripture, the names of those who were chosen by God carried such significance. They were not ordinary names, they were markers of divine intent, each one tied to a prophecy, a mission, a legacy. Your name is part of that same divine narrative, a narrative that began long before you were born and will continue long after you've walked your path. Heaven has written your name in its records, and nothing, no force of darkness, can erase it. But this truth also means something deeper. It means that your life carries weight, not just in the present, but in the future. Your name is not just part of your story, it is part of God's greater story, one that spans generations. The legacy that you create, the decisions you make, the way you live your life, all of it has eternal significance. Your name is inscribed not just for your sake, but for the sake of those who will come after you. Just as the names of Abraham, Jacob, and Paul carry with them the weight of generational impact, so too does yours. Heaven does not see you as a solitary individual, walking through life alone. You are part of a greater story that is unfolding in the spiritual realm, a story that has ripple effects far beyond what you can see. The choices you make today, the obedience you walk in, and the faith you carry are not just for your benefit, they have the power to affect generations to come. This is why, chosen one, you may feel the weight of your calling so heavily. You may wonder why others seem to live their lives freely, without the burden of spiritual responsibility that you feel. The answer is simple, it is because your name carries divine significance. The enemy knows this, which is why he fights so fiercely against you. He sees your name written in heaven's book, and he knows that if you walk in your prophetic identity, you will shake the very foundations of his kingdom. This is why the struggles you face often seem so much harder than those of others. The enemy recognizes the weight of your name, and he will do everything in his power to distract you, discourage you, and derail you from your divine path. But remember this truth, chosen one, the enemy cannot erase what God has written. No matter how much he fights against you, no matter how many obstacles he places in your way, you are not powerless. Your name is written, and with that inscription comes divine authority. When you walk in the knowledge that your name is written in heaven's book, you walk with the power of heaven behind you. The enemy cannot win. The trials you face are not there to destroy you, they are there to strengthen you, to refine you, and to prepare you for the great destiny that is unfolding before you. This is the significance of your name. It is not just a personal marker, it is a divine confirmation that your life matters, that you are walking a path already ordained by God. It is a reminder that you are not here by accident, that you are not just one among billions. You are a chosen one, and your name carries the weight of prophetic purpose. Just as Moses was called to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, just as David was called to be king, just as Esther was called to save her people, you too have been called. Your name is written in the annals of heaven, and nothing can erase it. No matter what battles you face, no matter how hard the journey may seem, remember that your name is inscribed in a divine script that no enemy can undo. And so, chosen one, as you walk through life, know that your name is not just a label, a mere identifier. It is a prophetic declaration of who you are and what you are called to do. It is the seal of your identity in heaven, a marker of divine ownership, purpose, and destiny. Your name is written in the book of life, and it carries with it the weight of eternity. With this knowledge, you can walk with boldness and confidence, knowing that your life is not random, that your path is divinely ordained, and that your name will echo through eternity. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are written, and your life is a testimony to the power of God's prophetic plan. Walk boldly, chosen one, for your name carries with it the destiny of the kingdom of heaven. Chosen one, now that you understand the significance of your name, there is a deeper truth that must resonate within you. Living out your prophetic destiny is not just a privilege, it is a responsibility that must be embraced with both courage and obedience. The divine script, the book where your name is written, is not a passive document. It is an active and living path that you must walk with purpose, each step guided by heaven's plan. This is where your prophetic calling is revealed, not in grandiose moments alone, but in the ordinary choices you make, the quiet acts of faith, and the commitment to follow the path that has been divinely ordained for you. Your life is not a series of random events or accidents. Each moment, each breath, each step you take is part of the unfolding prophecy that was written long before you even knew who you were. Living out your destiny means fully embracing your identity as a chosen one. It means recognizing that the battles you face are not meaningless, but part of the refining process that prepares you for what is to come. This is the weight of being chosen, knowing that the challenges, trials, and even the moments of despair are not interruptions to the divine plan, but essential components of it. Your struggles are not random. They are shaping you, refining you, and preparing you to walk more fully in your purpose. The pain you experience is not for nothing, it is for a higher purpose. The pressure you feel is not a sign of failure, it is the refinement of your character. The delay you may experience is not wasted time, it is a pause in the script where heaven is working behind the scenes to set you up for something greater. One of the greatest challenges you will face is accepting that the journey of living out your prophetic destiny requires faith in what you cannot yet see. It is walking forward, step by step, trusting that God's plan is already in motion, even when you cannot fully comprehend what is happening. Faith is the key that unlocks your destiny. It is easy to become discouraged when the path seems unclear, when the road is rough, or when others around you seem to have it all together. But your journey is uniquely yours. It cannot be measured by the standards of others. Your life is a divine narrative unfolding in real time, and just as with the great figures of the Bible, your calling requires you to trust in the unseen and step boldly into the unknown. Think of Abraham, who, when called by God, left everything familiar to journey into a land that God promised him. He had no map, no clear directions, just the promise of God that his descendants would inherit the land. Abraham walked by faith, not by sight, and his obedience to God's call marked the beginning of a lineage that would change the course of history. Abraham did not have the luxury of knowing every step ahead of him, but he chose to trust in God's divine timing and to walk out his destiny. Your journey may look different, but the principle remains the same. You are called to walk in faith, knowing that each step you take is aligned with the divine plan God has already written for you. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always lead to fulfillment, as long as you remain faithful and trust in God's guidance. Yet, walking out your prophetic destiny is not just about faith, it also requires obedience. This is where many chosen ones face their greatest struggles. Obedience to God's will is not always easy. It requires letting go of control and trusting that God's plan is far greater than our own. It means choosing God's ways over our own desires, even when the world around us may offer something different. The enemy knows the power of obedience, and this is why he will try to distract you, delay you, and even discourage you from walking in alignment with God's will. But remember, chosen one, obedience is not optional, it is essential. You are not chosen to live according to your own desires, but to fulfill a divine calling that is far greater than what you can imagine. Take the example of Joseph, who, despite being sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison, continued to trust in God's plan. Even in his lowest moments, Joseph remained faithful, and God elevated him to a position of power that allowed him to save many lives during a time of famine. Joseph's obedience to God's calling was not based on his circumstances. He trusted that, no matter where he was still walking in the divine path that had been laid out for him. His life was proof that obedience, even in the midst of trials, leads to fulfillment of God's prophecy. Joseph's story shows us that when we align ourselves with God's will, even the most difficult situations can be used for divine purposes. Your obedience, chosen one, is part of the greater story that heaven is writing. Your choices matter more than you realize. The decisions you make today are shaping the fulfillment of the prophecy written over your life. This is why you feel the weight of your calling so deeply. It is not just about you, it is about those who will be impacted by your faithfulness, your obedience, and your choices. The ripple effects of your life extend far beyond what you can see. Every time you act in obedience, you align yourself more fully with heaven's plan, and you play your part in the unfolding story of God's will on earth. Your life is not just for you, it is for generations to come. One of the most powerful aspects of living out your prophetic destiny is understanding that you are not alone on this journey. Heaven is with you every step of the way. Angels are assigned to protect, guide, and support you as you walk out your purpose. These angelic visitations are not just random occurrences, they are divine reminders that your life is part of something much bigger than yourself. You are not walking in isolation. You are walking with divine protection, divine guidance, and divine strength. Whenever you feel weak, whenever you feel unsure, remember that heaven is backing you. The angels who were sent to help the great figures in the Bible are the same angels who are with you today. You are never alone in your journey. This understanding brings great peace to your soul. It removes the fear of failure and the fear of the unknown because you know that heaven is working behind the scenes. Your life is not without purpose. You are walking a path that has been divinely ordained, and every step you take is part of the fulfillment of God's prophecy. Even in moments of doubt, even in moments of weakness, heaven is with you, strengthening you, guiding you, and ensuring that you walk in alignment with your prophetic destiny. Remember, chosen one, your prophetic destiny is not something you will walk into tomorrow, it is something you are walking into today. Each choice you make, each act of obedience, each moment of faith is moving you closer to the fulfillment of the divine plan written over your life. And while the journey may not always be easy, it is always purposeful. Heaven is with you, and nothing can stop the fulfillment of what has been written. As you walk in faith and obedience, you will see with your own eyes that every promise, every prophecy, and every divine word spoken over your life will come to pass. So, chosen one, walk boldly. Walk confidently. Walk with the understanding that you are living out the prophetic destiny that God has already written for you. Every step you take is part of a divine script that no one can erase. Heaven has already written your story, and it is unfolding right before your eyes. Keep walking, chosen one, for the path is already laid out, and your destiny is secure. Chosen one, as we reach the end of this journey through the truth of your divine purpose, I want you to carry this revelation with you into the next phase of your life. You are not a forgotten soul wandering through the vast expanse of time. You are not nameless in the grand narrative of existence. Your name is written, inscribed in the very records of heaven. It has been there from the beginning, tied to a prophecy that spans generations and generations, shaping your life and impacting the lives of others. This truth, this profound truth, is not just for a moment in time. It is eternal, and it will continue to resonate in your spirit as long as you live. Your identity, your calling, and your journey are anchored in heaven's prophecy, and no matter what obstacles you face or what battles come your way, they cannot erase what has already been written. This knowledge should ignite something in your soul. Every challenge, every trial, and every struggle you face is not an accident. They are part of the divine script written just for you. Heaven is working behind the scenes, guiding your steps, protecting you, and shaping you for the destiny that is already sealed. Even in the moments when you feel lost, when the path ahead seems unclear, know that heaven has already mapped it out. Your life is not aimless. It is filled with purpose, filled with divine intent, and filled with the promise that you are walking in the exact path that God has planned for you. So, chosen one, remember this truth each day as you rise and walk through life. You are not alone in this journey. You are part of something much greater. You are walking a path already laid out for you, and as you continue in faith and obedience, you will see the fulfillment of every promise spoken over your life. Heaven's timing is perfect. Every step you take, no matter how small it may seem, is part of the greater story unfolding before you. And while the enemy may try to confuse you, distract you, or discourage you, know that nothing can change what has been written in heaven's book. You are called, you are chosen, and your destiny is secure in the hands of the Almighty. The battles you face are not in vain. The struggles you endure are refining you, preparing you for the next chapter in the divine narrative. Your victories are not just personal wins, they are part of the fulfillment of prophecy, rippling out and affecting generations to come. As you continue walking through life, take heart in the knowledge that your story is unfolding according to a divine plan, one that has been written long before you even understood the weight of your calling. Your name is inscribed in heaven's book, and no matter what storm may arise, it cannot be erased. Chosen one, you are not forgotten, and you are not overlooked. Your life matters. Your calling matters. Your name matters. The very fact that you have made it this far is proof that you are on the right path. Your journey has meaning, and you are walking in alignment with heaven's will. No matter how much the enemy fights against you, no matter how much confusion or resistance you face, remember, the prophecy over your life will come to pass. Heaven has already spoken your name, and every divine promise tied to your destiny will be fulfilled in its time. As you walk through this life, remember that you are not just living for today, but for an eternal purpose. Your actions, your faith, your obedience, they are building a legacy that will echo through the generations. And when doubts arise, when fear seeks to paralyze you, remind yourself of this: your name is written in heaven, and nothing can change that truth. Keep walking boldly, chosen one. Your life is prophecy unfolding, and every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of God's perfect plan. So, my beloved, hold your head high. Embrace your prophetic identity. Walk confidently, for your name is already sealed in heaven's book, and nothing can undo the divine plan that has been set in motion. You are chosen. You are marked. You are destined for greatness. God has written your name into His prophecy, and it is time for you to live it out with boldness, with faith, and with the unwavering knowledge that what God has written will come to pass. You are not alone. Heaven is with you, and every step you take brings you closer to your divine fulfillment. Walk in confidence, walk in faith, and know that you are living the story that God has already written for you.